up guys, JD. If you guys watched my last video on my Huffquake dunks, I mentioned I wanted to do a video on how I got into shoes, trying to find out how you guys got into shoes, what everybody's different stories are. What originally got me interested in doing this was whenever I saw people with like the really big collections like Mayer, or DJ Dell shows a lot of stuff, Franelation, Shoe Wolf, people like that have all the crazy shoes, and like Sneak Geeks. Like, what got them into shoes? I wanted to know how they got into shoes. So I'm pretty much making this video to find out how all of you guys, my followers, everybody that has watched my videos, how you guys got into shoes, and tell my story of how I got into shoes. I know Franelation always says he got into shoes because he liked the mix of colors and materials. My way of getting into shoes was a little different. I wasn't really much into shoes before I got into shoes. It happened around 6th, 7th grade. I started noticing what was on people's feet and liking it, but I never really paid much attention to that. I was just like, oh, cool shoes, that kind of thing. But I've always had a lot of, I guess you could say, troubles going on in my head. I don't know. I've always been complicated the way I think, and just I can't deal with my own head. Like, I can't deal with what goes on in my mind, and I needed a way out of that. And instead of resorting to drugs or alcohol or anything like that, I actually resorted to shoes. I thought about it and I was like, well, I've been liking shoes lately, so I was like, I'll look into that. And then one day I was just on the Nike website, and I found some pair of obscure running shoes that aren't really anything. And I was looking at them, I was like, I really, really like these. And then it just kind of snapped, and then from there I started getting more into it. And my middle school and my high school, and pretty much now in college, I'm really the only person I know around here. Like, in middle school and in high school, I know I was the only person for sure that collected shoes, that even had an interest in shoes. Everybody else was, my high school and middle school were both very white, so it was pretty much just Sperry's and Shocks and stuff like that. And I wasn't really into that, and I got called gay out throughout all of high school, middle school, because I like shoes. I don't pay any attention to it, just like my ears. Don't pay any attention to that either. I do, however, people have asked me if I get good reception. I get HBO on a few soccer channels and stuff like that, nothing special. And I'm not Dumbo. Dumbo is actually a cartoon. It's a common misconception though, so it's okay, I understand. But like, I didn't want to fit in with anybody pretty much in high school, middle school, and so I took into shoes just as a way to get out of my own head, my thoughts and everything that I don't like dealing with. You can ask my brother, my parents, anyone I've been in contact with, my best friends. Whenever something happens to me, my family, something bad happens, like over this past summer, one of my aunts in Colombia died of breast cancer. And that kind of, when stuff like that happens, the first thing I do is I either get on the computer and I start looking at shoes. I go into my closet, go into my stuff and start looking at them. And that was kind of hard to deal with, so that just kind of shot off a very big buying spree, which ended up with me getting a lot of my favorite shoes. But that's my story of how I got into shoes, pretty much so I can get out of my own head. I needed a way out of my head and everything that went through my head, and I took into shoes rather than drugs or alcohol. And this is my first pair of shoes that I bought when I started pretty much collecting, I guess you could say. It's a pair of Air Force Ones that are really beat up. And when I first got into shoes, I was all about general releases pretty much. Like, I'd go into Foot Locker or Finish Line or whatever at my local mall, and I'd get something, just anything I liked, which I still do every once in a while. I'll pick up something I like just because I like it. I don't consider myself a hype beast. I don't pick up what everybody else likes. I pick up what I like, and it just so happens that other people also like that, I guess. But my favorite shoe is the Warhawks, and not a lot of people even knew about these. And I know most people's favorite are like Tiffany's or What the Dunks, or I love my What the Dunks, and this is my Grail pickup, one of my Grails, and I'm really happy to have these, but it's not my favorite. These are my favorite just because I like what I like. I like a lot of shoes that receive hype, but I don't like them for the reasons everybody else likes them. I like them because I can see myself wearing it. And yeah, I used to go into, I didn't even, when I first started getting into shoes, I didn't even know limited stuff existed. I started figuring out there was premiums, there was exclusives like Hyper Strike, Quick Strike, all that kind of thing. And I started getting more into SBs and stuff like that. I started figuring all that out like sophomore to junior year in high school, and then from there it's just kind of gone downhill, and I'm at where I'm at now. I mean, I love shoes, like most of you guys do. Shoes are pretty much my life. I'm studying right now. I'm doing marketing and international business with a minor in Spanish, just so I want to work for Nike. My goal would be to be global marketing director for Nike. That's what I'm working toward. And yeah, that's pretty much how I got into shoes. That's what I'm working for with shoes. I love shoes, and like I said, these are my first pair that I bought for myself when I started collecting. I'd love to find out what you guys' first pair of shoes was, what your grail is, and how you guys got into shoes. This is something that's always kind of intrigued me in the shoe community and like the sneaker community. How did you guys get into shoes? So let me know that, your first pair of shoes that you got when you started collecting, or when you decided to start collecting, and what your grail pickup is. As like I said, these are my two favorites, and I was finally able to pick both of them up. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think. What you guys think of this video. I have a bunch of ideas like this, so let me know what you guys think of this video, and comment everything I said in the comment box, and I will definitely see you guys later.